We're going to have a live cooking demonstration here with Liz Barbour of Creative Feast. I really have no role in any of this. I'm just going to stand here and look stupid and help her. For those of you that are just getting here, I'm Steve D'Amato of the Nessun TV show, Wicked Bite, and I'm so excited to be here today because there is just so much greatness here today. Starting right here. So Liz, take it. First of all, give a round of applause to Liz Barbour.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Steve, for that great introduction. Welcome everybody to Hollis Monument Square. I happen to love this place because I live right on the corner here in the Purple Little Cape. So if you have a chance, go by, check out the gardens. I always have them on display for you. But thank you so much for giving me the time. I'm here to demonstrate one of my favorite fall pasta dishes.
Me too.
And actually, Steve, let me ask you this. When I go to an Italian restaurant, I always pick one dish that I say will judge that restaurant. You do that?
I do.
Yeah, what's your dish?
It's chicken pie.
There you go. My dish? Pasta.
Why don't I give you the better one? And we're both going to try and not fall off the stage. Because right behind you there's a door.
So Pasta Puttanesca is a classic Italian pasta dish. When I lived in the North End, that's where I discovered this. And eventually I became a chef at a regional Italian restaurant out of Maynard, Mass. And this was one of our specialties. So tonight I'm going to demonstrate this for you. And then after I get this all cleaned up, I'm going to go back over to my booth. And I hope to come over for a sample. My husband Ted is going to be there with me. And I'm going to share that with you. And I also have the recipe there on a QR code so you can have the recipe so you don't need to take notes. Okay? So why don't we get started? I'm going to let you hold this microphone for me, because I do need two hands to cook. We talked about that. What I did is with one hand, I can yell. If you have a hard time hearing me, let me know. So first of all, when we start a dish like this, we're going to start with some savory ingredients. First, we're going to start off with olive oil and garlic. And what I like to tell people is you have to be very careful. You start off your dish perfectly by starting with a cold pan, cold oil, and cold garlic. Do not preheat your oil to get it hot and then add in your garlic. You know what happens? It gets too hot, you add your garlic, and the garlic begins to burn before it begins to soften and release its natural sugars. You actually want your garlic to caramelize rather than burn. Or to softens at the cells and then releases the aromatics of the garlic. So the key to doing that is starting with a cold pan, cold oil, cold garlic. Even if you're going to be using onions, which you would never do in Pasta Puttanesca, if you're going to be using onions, the same rules apply. When you're heat treating your onions, you want to do that in a cold pan. Let your onions soften up. Give them that time over a moderate flame. Same with garlic. Too high and you're going to burn that sugar. Okay, so we do it over a moderate flame. And then if you're doing onions, after the onions are softened, then you're going to add your garlic, because garlic cooks up a lot faster. Okay, so that's how you do onions and garlic. For Pasta Puttanesca, we're just going to be putting olive oil and garlic. So we started them out together over a moderate flame.
Now, can you use too much garlic? Because I'm such a garlic. I'll put garlic on anything and I'll eat it.
Are you married?
I was.
You use too much garlic? Be a little careful with that. Can you use too much garlic? Okay, here's another thing, right, before I go on. Now, I'm lightly browning the garlic, just slightly. Then we're going to add the key ingredients that make Pasta Puttanesca. First, we're going to add anchovy. Do not be afraid of anchovy. Anchovy in Italian cooking is like soy sauce in Asian cooking. It's all about creating that umami flavor, that base flavor in your dish.
I love that.
Right? You like that? Yeah, do not be afraid of your anchovies. This is not going to be a fishy dish. We put just enough to get that really classic flavor. Then we're going to add, I've got a whole lot of olives that have been chopped. You can use a variety of olives. Just talking to someone who wants green olives and those beautiful black oil cured olives, which add a really nice more depth to it, so you can add those as well. Then we're going to go ahead and add some capers. Okay, you just want to rinse those. Capers are often bottled in a brine, like olives. So if you don't want it too salty or too vinegary, you need to rinse those capers. I always rinse my capers. Then we're going to add the spice.
Spice it up.
Yes, you got to add a little bit of fresh red pepper. It's going to be up to you how much you use. I use a nice pinch, and in fact, I use fresh red pepper in almost everything I use.
Keep going. A lot of these need a little spice in your life. It's all
A
right.
little more? A little more. There we go. Okay. Now, we've got that all set. We are done. Our garlic is all set. Now it's time to add the tomato sauce. So here we have crushed tomatoes. And then we've got diced tomatoes.
Yellow jacket.
And that's it.
That's it.
This sauce is pretty much done. We're going to give it about 3 to 5 minutes to let those flavors come together. I'm going to go ahead, turn this up, give it some heat, and that way we're going to reduce that tomato sauce a little bit, take out the extra water, and we're going to add in more intensity in that flavor. So up that heat goes.
I think I can even do this. That is pretty easy.
This is how you're going to press next to it.
See that?
There you go. I got all the tricks for you. All right. Then, here is an excellent restaurant trick for any of you who have been to a really good Italian restaurant and you get that pasta on your plate and you're like, oh my gosh, this pasta tastes good. Not only does the sauce taste good, but the pasta is amazing. How do they do it? The key is to get your sauce heated. Add your pasta and cook your pasta in your sauce for at least a minute. That way the pasta will absorb the sauce and it will have that wonderful flavor all the way through. Now, if you really want to finish up your dish and make it amazing, after it's finished, you've got your pasta in there, you've got your sauce in there, doesn't matter what sauce it is, turn off your heat, let it sit for about 30 seconds, off the heat completely. Then take cold butter. Are you with me?
I'm with you.
Okay. Then you're going to take that butter, 1 tablespoon at a time, maybe 4 tablespoons in this. Very slowly stir that in so that that butter melts. Then you're going to have that velvety finish that you pay so much money for in the restaurant.
Right at home.
Yes, right at home. And anybody can do that. Even these folks down here in the front row. You saw how simple that is. A couple of rules to remember. Number 1, cold pan, cold oil, cold garlic. Right? Nice and cold, moderate flame, let them heat up together. That way, you are in control of the dish is not in control of you. Right? Then, you're going to go ahead and add your special ingredients. We've got our anchovy, caper, olives. Going to add those, bring them together for that umami, delicious flavor. Add in our tomato product. As I've been bantering on and on, that's been bubbling here a little bit.
And that's Italian umami. And I just have to say, the smell up here is just ridiculous. Down from East Boston, I call it gravy. This reminds me of the smell in my house on a Sunday right here.
Okay, I'm going to give a shout out to Val and Cynthia across the street. If you want gravy, their sauces are amazing. And I know you can get it locally, and they do have a store right here in the back where they're doing fresh pasta, their own sauces, ravioli, tortellini. So absolutely walk over there, check them out. That is right at home here in Hollis, right behind the studio house.
So many great things up here in Hollis.
Yes. Okay, now, in goes my pasta. So this pasta makes a dish, and you can choose your pasta depending on the kind of sauce that you have. This is a capellini, so this pasta is a little bit of a swirl. What is the advantage of that? That gives you pockets and crevices for your pasta sauce to hug into, so that every bite is bursting with that sauce. Traditionally, this is made with a spaghetti or a linguine or something like fettuccine.
I like this.
I love this. Now,
Maybe a fusilli, right?
yep, or pen. So now we've got this all set. We're going to let this cook here for about a minute. Always go back, taste, and season with salt and pepper.
All right. Well, I sampled. Are you kidding me?
Oh, wait. Okay, haven't finished. Scratch. Slightly parsley.
Got the mic.
Parsley. Always with a little flavor. Don't change this dish by adding rosemary, or basil, or oregano. That's not what we're going for. You want to taste those olives. You want to taste those ingredients in here, and just a little bit of flattened parsley will bring out a real pressure. So there we go.
All right, I mean, let's do it. You gonna do it too? Yes. That's my world right there. Everything I love in life in one pan. Just fantastic.
Thank you, everybody. I'm going to move myself over here. Give me a few minutes, and then you're welcome to come over. I'm going to start another pan, so we'll get some samples out. I'm going to be here until my samples run out, and then I might come home and have a movie. So thank you, everybody, for joining me, and I hope I'll get to see you again soon. Have a great time tonight.
Give it up for Liz Barbour, everyone.